What do the Cavaliers need to do to avoid being swept tonight?
Look, I can sit here and say Tristan Thompson needs to stop getting out-rebounded by Steph Curry, you know, and speak to the specifics like that. That as great as Kyrie Irving is at getting to the basket and finishing and making very tough shots, he can't just be playing iso ball trying to carry the team when LeBron needs a rest and everyone stands around getting cold. I can make specific points like that, but I think there's a bigger point to be made here. Stephen, I know you remember this. I lost a dinner bet to Jim Lampley on this game once upon a time.
You usually lose to Jim Lampley, but go ahead.
Well, who doesn't?
That's right.
The great Jim Lampley.
The great Jim Lampley.
And it was Kobe and the Phoenix Suns, and Kobe and the Lakers. Kobe did not have a very good squad. They were up 3-1 on the Suns.
I remember.
And the Suns came back, made it 3-3. And I said, Kobe Bryant, once you get to 3-3, you know you're about as good as each other. Kobe Bryant is never going to let his team lose a Game 7 to a team that he can make as good as the other. He's going to do his thing. Lampley said, no, Suns are too good. And, of course, they beat the Lakers. I lost dinner bet. But Kobe played a very odd game that day, Stephen A. It was like he was trying to prove a point to everyone. Oh, you don't think I passed to my teammates enough? Here comes a nice bounce pass, when what they needed was for Kobe to go ballistic on everybody, to even have a prayer to win. Kobe was like making a point. My big point about the Cavs tonight, for them to win this game, LeBron can't make a point. Now, LeBron's a very different player than Kobe. LeBron can't be like, oh, Kevin Durant and Draymond Green are rotating over there in the paint, but everyone wants me to try to draw the foul. I need to get in the lane. Kyle Korver's open in the corner. LeBron, you pass him that ball again. Exactly the opposite of what everyone's saying. LeBron James makes the correct basketball play. It's why he's one of the greatest players of all time. He trusts his teammates. He elevates his teammates. It's the reason they were even in that game against a team that's simply much better than they are. You know, you want to talk about supporting casts? Kevin Durant's supporting cast won 73 games last year. That's what his supporting cast did. When LeBron doesn't play, Kyrie and Kevin Love and them have a losing record. It's not even close, but LeBron's trust in his teammates, the way he uplifts those around him, that's the way he carries the team. That's who he is. Be true to himself. Do not make a point. Do not be what anyone else wants you to be. Keep playing the way you're playing. That's the best chance they have to win one at home and extend this series tonight. Don't do what Stephen A. Smith tells you to do and try to drive on their two best defenders to try to draw a foul. Your guy is open in the corner. You get him that ball, and it's on him to hit the shot. That's who LeBron James is. Stay true to himself, and they have a shot to win.
Well, you're wrong. Well, you're wrong for a multitude of reasons. But first of all, if you're going to come at me, please quote me correctly. I never said that LeBron should drive through two people. What I said is that LeBron should be down low, posting on the block, drawing double teams, and kicking it out to the wide open shooters. Why? Because they're spot-up shooters. They're not individuals that could create their shot off the dribble. J.R. Smith, you do not want dribbling the ball. Kyle Korver, you do not want dribbling the ball. Tristan Thompson, you do not want dribbling the basketball. Darren Williams, damn it, the man hasn't played since he got his money years ago. This is the reality of the situation. With the exception of a few good performances during these playoffs. But the bottom line is that he's been a shell of the Darren Williams we once knew and loved, who we all thought was worthy of the $98 million that the Brooklyn Nets gave him at that particular moment in time. Having said all of that, let's get back to the real point, how the Cleveland Cavaliers can win this game tonight, because right now it's a game-by-game situation. You want to win tonight. You want to force a Game 5 on Monday. Then you focus on that game and get it back here. You win the next two games, chances are you'd win a Game 6 and force a Game 7. But the reality is you got to win this one before anything starts, because the broomsticks are ready to come out tonight. Here's what has to happen. LeBron James has to be a man. And I'm talking about a man amongst boys. And it can't be about the analytic dudes chronicling and creating narratives about the numbers that you're registering. You're averaging 32.5 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. You've got your numbers. You're shooting 55% from the field. You got your numbers. Well, guess what? So does Kevin Durant. 34, 10, and 6. 56% shooting from the field. 52% shooting from three-point range. 14% better from three-point land than LeBron James. And not only that, we haven't even talked about Steph Curry, who's averaging almost 29, 9.7 rebounds, 9 assists, and we're not even talking about this brother. So what that tells you is this. The Golden State Warriors are clearly a superior team. How do you neutralize them? You neutralize them, there's only one way to do it. Play like a man the way you did last year. What LeBron James did after the Golden State Warriors obliterated them in the first 2 games, he started getting physical. He played like a man. They blew him out by 30 in game 3. Remember, you openly acknowledged that he turned the series around even though they lost that game 4 when he threw Draymond to the ground, lured him into reacting, ultimately leading to the league with that bogus retroactive call of suspending Draymond Green for game 5 because of the accumulation of flagrant fouls. And from that point forward, what LeBron James did was went down low, was posting up, was drawing double teams, kicking it out to shooters while constantly in attack mode. Why is that so important, Max? It's not just about his points. It's not just about the points that he generates for other people. It controls pace. And think about this. Let's talk about cheating for a second. Because there's such a thing as good cheating in the world of sports, good cheating in NBA. Let me give you an example. If you're LeBron James and you get fouled and you get knocked to the floor, you know that LeBron James has been tied in the 4th quarter in the second half of this series thus far? All of a sudden, you lay down just a little bit longer. Takes you just a little bit longer to get up.
We know he
when you go to the free throw line, a few more deep breaths. Instead of sitting there and launching free throws inside of 5 seconds, now it takes you 10 seconds.
I like your
remember
slower
Jim
pace.
Brown? Remember Jim Brown? And remember how Jim Brown used to get tackled and literally play like he was hurt, like he was an old man and getting up and then running through you the next time he touched the ball? That's what I'm talking about, LeBron.
I like your slower pace point because the lesser team, slower pace favors the lesser team. Why is that? Because the lower the score is, the more toward the end of the game, each possession counts. Each point counts for more when the overall score is lower. It's a higher percentage of the score of the game. If you can keep it to fewer possessions, maybe Golden State, if they're winning, their lead is smaller because there have been fewer possessions in the game. Then luck can factor into it more. The slower pace always favors the less talented team, and that's the Cavs, less talented